Well, the Dodgers dropped the rubber match here to the Cardinals 5-3, a game they led, and you were saying everything was going so well early on, but second half of the game totally different.
Yeah, they just couldn't find a way in the second half of the game to get hits with men on base. I mean, yesterday they have 9 extra base hits. They're slugging the ball over the fence, and today it just fell short after about the third, fourth inning. The offense stopped, and the vibe stopped. It was a hot day, the sun here, and they just couldn't get it going, and the presentation on the second half of the game also wasn't too good.
They're going to have to get it going because the Blue Jays are coming in with the best record in the American League.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to have the off day, especially after this day game. It'd be nice to have Ohtani get a little rest day after both hitting and pitching. So, yeah, everybody get it back together after this off day.
All right, we'll talk to you on Friday night. Scherzer for the Blue Jays, Kershaw for the Dodgers.
Shohei, where's the level of disappointment? You pitched so well, you had a milestone hit, but you guys lost.
いろんな記録、個人的な記録もありますけども、今日負けたっていうのはちょっとどのぐらい悔しいですか？
そう、接戦だったので、もちろん最後取り切れれば大きな勝ちにはなったかなとは思うので、中盤の打席も含めてもう少し粘り強くいければもっと後半にいい点差で迎えれたのかなと思っています。
A really close game throughout. I think it would have been a huge win for us if we were to be able to, flip the script. But it's just I could have done better with the quality of at bats in the middle part of the game, if any.
Shohei, it was obviously warm out there. How were you able to perform so well on the mound and also hit a big 2-run home run for your 1000th career hit?
今日は暑さで大変だったと思いますけども、ホームラン打っててピッチングでも結果残してどのぐらいしんどかったんですかねと。
ホームランも打席も良かったと思いますし、そのバントヒットで取られましたけど、もう少し父さんの判断というか、もう少し際どいところに投げるべきだったのかなとは思います。
Yeah, just really good at bat. The at bat that I hit a homer in, the lone score run, with the bunt situation, I could have maybe executed a little bit better.
Is there anything that you've had to do just in terms of the hitting on days where you pitch that to sort of make sure that offensively you're kind of still in line with where you usually are?
どのようにピッチングしている中、しっかりバッティング打てるっていう準備っていうのは何か心がけていることとかありますか？
基本的には投げてても投げてなくても打席とピッチングっていうのは別々で考えているので、マウンドでやるべきことと打席でやるべきことっていうのをしっかり住み分けて、切り替えながらいきたいなと思ってます。
I don't really try to think too differently on days that I pitch and hit and on days that I only hit.
It never feels good. Shohei was really good today. The pitching, fastball, command, fantastic. Really impressive. Figured he would, come back and really throw the baseball well today, which he did. And then offensively, the walk, the homer, just really looked good. So, unfortunately, you got to play defense and you got to, have other guys, put together at bats and score runs too. But, as far as Shohei today, really good.
When you go back to that 8th inning, there were a few different miscues. Miguel Rojas talked about how maybe some miscommunication where they could have gotten the lead runner at new bar. Obviously, Paul has some feeling. What went wrong? What went sideways the most?
In that play right there, Andy felt he had a shot there, kept the throw down. We secured at third base, and I just felt right there that, Alex just didn't make a good throw. And so, that's that. And that happens, and he'll learn from it. If he felt he had a shot at the guy at second base, it's the right play. We just got to secure it and make a good throw. And then, in that other ball, I think there was a miscommunication or lack of communication in the sense of Mookie could have had the lead runner, but chose to get the batter runner, and so obviously that ended up being a run right there. I think that was Robleski's inning. So yeah, those are just things that. Then there was a sun ball early that was another run. So those are just things that, the little things that when you're not swinging the bats really well, that they show up.
Leaving against Walker, that been brought up. What was sort of thinking, obviously trying to piece together last few guys, especially as Bessie's kind of laboring a little bit?
Well, you got one pitcher behind him. So if Brock's 3 out of 4, if he gets out of the inning or if he gives up hit, we got one guy in the 9th inning. We have no one else to pitch. So you've got to kind of try to figure out, if I could guarantee that Brock would have got Wynn out or Walker out, and I could guarantee that Blake doesn't give up a run in the 9th inning, then it's a no-brainer. But I can't live in that world. So yeah.
Messia had extended at bat, or when pushed him, extended 11 pitch at bat. What was going on with Alex today? Was that kind of a sign that he was not his normal self?
No, you know what? I honestly thought the stuff was good. I think in that particular at bat, you got to give Wynn a lot of credit. There was top zone foul balls. There was bottom zone. There was sliders, changeups, foul balls, getting into account. Then he hit a changeup, hard and through the 6 hole. So he handled everything Alex threw at him and, won that battle.
Dave, Miguel Rojas pointed out that Shohei did everything he did today on the mound and offensively, coming off a night game when he scored 3 runs. How impressive is that aspect of it, just for his body to recover in that way and throw 100 a few times and hit the home run?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, I'm still, like you guys, still learning how he's kind of adjusting, and it's remarkable. He's obviously physically talented, but he's very disciplined in his preparation. He's very strong of mind, and he's just a great competitor, and obviously uber talented. So, yeah, to see what he did last night, to then come back after it into a day game and do that, it's just really, I don't think any superlatives can do it any justice.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a close play and just made a bad throw.
Didn't he just come for the third base, making those decisions, just not having played it as much?
No, I don't think I struggled with the decision making. More of just messed up, made a bad throw.
You hesitated on the throw for a second. What was your thought on the hesitation?
Trying to get a grip on the ball.
Got it.
That's about it. Just messed up.
On a day like today, Alex, obviously things have gone well for you so far, but how big of a learning curve is it, just everything that took place today?
I mean, every day is a learning curve. Whether it's we play good or we play bad, there's something to learn from it every single day. So take today's lesson and move on.
How did you try not to do too much in that last at bat, or were you trying to do too much?
No, I was trying to get Shohei up to bat, just move the line, get on base.
It was a big series. The guys played well. That's a good team across the way, professional group across the way, and they play the game the right way. So you want to see how you match up against them. We got a young group that continues to play hard, but I like a lot of what we saw today, offensively and pitching-wise as well. I felt like Libby did a really nice job. Ran out of gas there later in the game, but navigated that lineup extremely well, was landing everything. Just a below on the fastball was a tick down, so we knew with what we did yesterday we can use certain guys aggressively today. Leahy comes into that game and he was electric, man. Punches out 4, was landing everything, and then we're able to kill that inning at Ohtani with JoJo, take him through Freeman, and finish the game with Riley. So it lined up really well for us. We were able to be aggressive, but the guys did a tremendous job of getting their lanes offensively. Some big at-bats. Walker, Mason, you go down the list, man. Newt, some left-on-lefts with Burleson. So really, really well-played game.
Leahy has been really effective going with him at that point in the game, and he goes in 2 2/3, 4 punch-outs. Did that sort of change the trajectory of the game?
Yeah, and I mean, we talked about it earlier. You're debating bringing him in that game yesterday down 1, but you know you're going to need him if you have a lead today, and it worked out exactly that way. He comes in and does a tremendous job. He continues to show a lot of growth, and we're starting to see more swing and miss with the arsenal that he has. So that was he did some really good things today. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned this morning you want to see your younger players in this environment, how they react to win 4 out of 6 against the Dodgers, 2 series. What does that tell you about your bunch?
Yeah, we're getting there, and it's going to take a lot of work, but I like the mentality of not giving in. Even yesterday, man, just continue to take good at bats. We showed that in San Diego as well. There's some tough losses, but at the end of the day, man, they're going about it mentally the right way. So it's going to take time, but it's getting there. Yeah.
You have to be strategic with one lefty reliever, and especially these lefties in the lineup that LA has. So how do you plan when to use JoJo and when to slot in your other high leverage relievers now?
Yeah, so because you're down in that game, there's not going to be an opportunity for JoJo. He probably just doesn't pitch if you don't use him in that slot. They have their best defenders in the lineup, it being heavy right-handed, and they're going to stay that way. So you're not going to create a lane for it unless you take the lead. So you deploy him there at Ohtani to kill that inning, and Smith's neutral. You take him through Freeman, and then you have Riley and Swanson to finish that game if needed. So it lined up that way. Once we took the lead, they'll empty out with the lefties, but you just took your shot.
July didn't go the way you wanted, but you have 27 come from behind wins this year. I think it's top 10 in baseball. What does that say about your bunch?
They don't give in, and we talked about it's a learned skill. You have to learn how to do that, and you have to create an identity around it. Good teams do that well, because there's games you're going to win, and there's games where you're behind, where if you don't give in, man, you can snatch a couple of those, and over 162, that's important.
We've seen the adjustments that Walker has made. We've seen the benefits he's had at the plate. What are you seeing from him? Right
Just more confidence. Anytime you can have some success after making a change, you double down on it, and we're seeing the work being put in, him just having conviction behind it, and we're getting more results, so we need to continue that.
now?